Hey everybody, and welcome to Authors and Dragons, where a group of comedic fantasy writers get together and try to make it through a whole game of Pathfinder without accidentally dying. Let's see if we pull it off this week. As always, the odds do not look great.
Hi, I'm Joseph Brassi. I'm going to be playing the role of Bjorg Bjornsson, currently unconscious barbarian. I was the author on the historical fantasy series The Mongoliad, and I just finished a novel called Glassblade.
Hi, this is Rick Walteri. I will be playing Silas Kane, Paladin of Toreg, and I am the author of Bill the Vampire, Bigfoot Hunters, and the upcoming The Wicked Dead.
Hello, my name's Robert Bevan. I play the role of Klaus Richter. In real life, I write the Caverns and Creatures series of novels and short stories, starting with Critical Failures.
And I am Drew Hayes, the ringmaster of this shit circus. And in real life, I write books like Superpowers, Corpies, NPCs, and in fact, the sequel to NPCs, Split the Party, which is coming out on October 14th. Now, when last we left our intrepid characters, Klaus and Fandango were suspended by a rope down the well in a burning town. Bjorg had just dashed through fire for really no reason, and passed out on the other side. Kutherick was unfortunately fresh out of spells, and Silas Kane had made it safely to the other side, conscious, which weirdly places him as the optimum character in this particular scenario right now. And I do want to go ahead and let everybody know offhand that John and Rob, aka Kutherick and Fandango, were not able to join us tonight. So, unfortunately, as the debris is falling from the splintering, broken well, a piece falls and cracks Fandango directly on the head, rendering him unconscious. Fortunately, he had tied himself off with the rope just before last game ended.
It's lonely down here.
Now, Robert, now Klaus begins his beat poetry segment.
I'm still getting past shit circus. I like that. well, since Silas is the only one kind of out here, I'm staring at our cleric, who apparently has decided to take a nap.
The cleric is just fresh out of spells. Kutherick's not much of a talker to begin with.
Well, I guess I'll try stabilizing Bjorn.
All right, now for this we are going to have to move in initiative order just because we have to keep track of how far down Bjorg is.
Oh, yay, it's my turn.
Actually, we'll start with Silas since he declared it.
Toreg, guide my hands. And Silas rolls a 4. Obviously, his hands need a little bit more guiding.
Torek doesn't like you.
I don't know how Toreg feels about Silas.
I'm starting to get an idea.
I'm starting to think like Silas is like that cousin, and he's an asshole, but he's our asshole, you know? You have to pick up for him in a fight, but you don't necessarily want him to come to your dinner.
When he dies and goes to Toreg's afterlife, he's going to be greeted with, "Oh, it's you."
He's being sent right back. It's like, reincarnation looks good on you.
Yeah. You were such a good, devout follower. We need you down in the field, buddy.
You're immortal.
Alright, well, after Silas is Kutherick, who is actually still technically conscious, since he's a lot easier to RP, since he's not nearly as talky as Fandango. So he will go ahead and throw out a heal check. He does have ranks in it. And with a 19, Kutherick successfully stabilizes Bjorg.
No longer dying.
Good job, brother.
Alright. And having spent the last of his energy, Kutherick slumps over unconscious. Because you have all made it past 2 or 3 games now, I'm no longer giving you the hand-holding.
Time to get out of the well.
So now we all sit here and wait for, while Silas talks to himself.
Well, I don't think we're going to sit here. I think I would probably drag you guys a little bit away from the fire, since leaving you right up against the wall doesn't really seem like the smartest idea.
That's nice.
Silas, using those brain cells.
That's about as much as my 10 intelligence will allow.
Okay.
Fire bad.
So is the plan to just sit and watch the entire town burn to the ground?
Well, I'm not. No. Watching the town burn to the ground doesn't seem particularly smart. It's still night, right?
It is still night.
I imagine with the fire going, even with the lack of night vision, I can probably see fairly decently.
You can. In fact, you can roll me a perception check.
Oh, there's another one of my wonderful skills. Silas rolls an 8. Yes, this town is on fire.
Town is very much on fire. Fortunately, you passed the DC for the incredibly low problem of seeing the townspeople wandering out because they ran like hell well before you all got clear, and they are a few of them are scattering out from the forest, watching their town burn with solemn, depressed, just heartbroken looks on their faces.
Oh, Silas is going to wave to them, yell out, "My friends are injured. If there is a righteous man among you, you will come and help."
They do not seem particularly give a lot of shits about your problem.
See, and that's why I like normally playing like neutral evil, because fuck townsfolk. Well, all right.
I will remind you, Silas, that I believe you are still carrying 2 potions.
Ah.
1 green, 1 blue.
Well, not to do any metagaming here, but I'll say probably Bjorn being our strongest arm, he probably would probably be most useful to have him back up. Knowing a little bit about clerics, I saw him blow his load, so open up Bjorg's mouth and start pouring away.
Oh God.
Which of the untested potions that you have no idea of the effects of do you pour into Bjorg's mouth?
Bjorn's going to wake up a stranger.
What, he has a red and a blue, I think?
No. You used the red. The red you had a hunch was a healing potion. You have a green and a blue.
Green and a blue.
And you have no idea what either of them do. No one did that well on their checks.
Toreg, Silas holds them up to the heavens and says, "Guide my hand, Toreg.
Oh God.
Allow me to choose wisely." And then he pours the green one into Bjorn's mouth.
Oh my goodness.
Am I dead?
You are not dead.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, the first thing you need to know is that, did you say the green or the blue?
Oh, the green.
The green, okay. Jord,
Yes.
you wake up, and in fact,
Okay.
you wake up at half health.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you are very well woken by that.
Praise be!
And you kind of shake off the after effects of that last fire. You climb to your feet. You look around and you realize this is not right. Bjorg, you are now roughly the size of a halfling.
This is wrong.
Well, that was unexpected.
You are now, until this effect ends or is broken, you are a small character with all of the game mechanics that implies.
Oh God.
And I should mention that if you didn't have any armor or weaponry that was magical, it does not resize with you.
So he's naked.
No, he's like a child wearing his father's clothes.
Silas is like, perhaps we should try the blue potion on you.
No! Just wait. What did you give me?
The will of Toreg, of course.
The will of Torag.
If anyone would like to examine the bottle, they can roll perception checks on it.
All right. I will bother because this could be hilarious. Bjorg rolls a 22 or natural 20, I think.
Damn, son, the dice like you.
That is very good. In fact, you find on the inside of the stopper, in very elaborate script, are 2 words. Drink me.
Fuck you.
But with a 22 perception check, I will give you something that Silas did not get when he happened to be looking around. And you notice that one of the townsfolk gathered up watching everything burn is wearing a somewhat more roby, foresty outfit. You recognize them as someone who might be a herbalist, perhaps even the purveyor of the potion shop. That's what natural 20s get you.
Yeah. Bjorg
I
is going
robbed you. I robbed your shop. Could you fix me?
Bjorg is going to call out to that robed individual in his newly altered form. Citizen! I require assistance!
Come assist the leader of the Lollipop Guild.
You just screamed citizen, man. He's not looking over at you.
Robed person! Do I need to run up to him and pull on his robe?
I mean, it would help. They're watching their town burn down. You're gonna have to get a little more specific or really grab that attention.
Alright, very small Bjorg goes and runs up to the guy and panting doubtless. Am I still fatigued? Or is the fatigue gone at least?
No, you feel actually very restored. It's almost like shrinking down allowed your natural fitness to kind of soak through your body.
Alright, so this hyper fit, muscular tiny person runs up to the robed person and goes, I am in need of assistance.
It looks down. From this angle, you can see it's a half-elf male.
Okay.
He looks down at you and he's like, you're in need of a tailor.
Yes, well, that would be part of the problem. My companions and I had to make use of potions when we were trying to save your town. And I seem to. I'm gonna hold up he's gonna hold up the bottle as evidence.
The half-elf will take it from you. I'm sorry, did you say you were trying to save our town?
We fought the devils.
And you didn't think to put out the fires?
There was one bucket in the well.
What do you mean, was a bucket in the well?
You could always ask Silas to come over and help explain things, but that just wouldn't work.
I don't know if that's a better option.
I am not a bright man. I am not a bright man.
Don't really look like a man, more like a halfling. Although your feet aren't big enough.
That would be the consequence of that potion.
This? You drank this?
Technically speaking, my companion gave it to me after I was unconscious.
Huh. Did not know what that did.
Experimental.
I picked up a few of these from a trader. Yeah.
Wonderful. I don't suppose you know how to undo it.
I don't even know what this was. He came all the way from Trismere.
Oh, good.
Okay, hang on. I mean, he sold these to me really, really cheaply. I can't believe it had this much of an effect.
Yes, neither can I.
Well, okay. The magic can't be that powerful. Okay. He's trying to wrap his head around this shit. Like, just looking at the bottle and looking at you.
This is the world's most competent potion herbalist guy.
I guess maybe. Well, if you could find a wizard who was powerful enough to strike down a magical spell of significant ability, you could probably, get that broken. The other option is, and this is a long shot, all right? I know how cut happy you adventurers get, so I don't want you hearing this and then getting mad at me if it doesn't pan out, okay? Okay?
Okay.
All right. About a day's journey to the northeast, there's an old legend about the mouth of a river. It's supposed to flow out of some, stone mountain. And they say if you bathe in the waters as it's coming from that, the start of the river, supposedly it has the power to break minor curses and spells.
A day's journey.
A day's journey. I've never tested it because I didn't say it was a day's easy journey.
What direction was it again?
Northeast.
Northeast.
Yes, through the wild lands filled with monsters and wolves and hungry beasts.
Wonderful.
Or you could find a wizard. That's probably a lot easier.
Do you know of any wizards around here?
If I knew of any wizards around here, I would be screaming at them to cast spells to put out the fire burning my home down.
Fair point. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Did you salvage any more of these?
We found one more. There's one more potion that was intact. Yes. Silas, bring over the blue one.
Yeah, Silas is basically like looking between the blue potion and Kutheric, when you call him over.
Don't give him that.
He looks at you, smiles, and like, gives you the thumbs up and walks over.
This is the proprietor of the potion shop.
Greetings, sir, and may the blessings of Toreg smile upon thee.
I don't think the blessings of any god are smiling on this town today.
Indeed they are, for you are still standing here conversing, as opposed to burning in the fires of hell like so many others.
This is above my pay grade.
This is a weird silver lining, but I guess you're not technically wrong. Give me the other potion.
We were able to liberate this from your shop.
He takes it, he looks it over. Yeah, this is another one from that Trismere trader. I have no idea what this one will do. So, I guess you kill demons, you can have it. I'm gonna have to rebuild anyway. I don't need an unknown potion. Better with you people than with me.
Thank you.
And Silas is like to Bjorn. Fortunately, we still have one downed friend to try it on.
I'm not so sure that's a good idea.
Brilliant.
Before you guys go, he tells you that the trader's name was Gildef. From Trismere. And if you're ever over there, you should look him up. Aside from weird potions that he makes, he also is a very powerful alchemist, which is why he creates such weird shit. He got bored with all the standard recipes.
Alright, so Bjorg turns to...
I think you mean Mini Bjorg.
Turns to... Yeah, Tiny Bjorg turns to Silas and says,
supposedly a day's journey from here, there are some mystic waters that could undo this curse.
Curse? But look at you. You're closer to the ideal of Toreg.
Look at me!
One of the short people.
I'm not having this argument.
Guys, we should probably see if our wayward companions in the well have survived this conflagration before we leave.
Yes, that would be ideal.
Not so sure about that thief. He seemed a little sketchy, but the bard seemed a fine enough fellow, and his songs to Toreg, they made the heart sing.
Okay, so how long would we need to wait for the...
Oh, not long. I'd say maybe an hour and a half, and the town will be completely burnt down.
Is there anything out here that we could use to help put out those fires?
No.
No? Okay.
At this point, no. If there was something that normal people could do, the townspeople would be doing it.
Okay, gotcha.
So you can just stand there for an hour and a half with them as they weep and watch their entire lives burn to ash.
Bjorg is gonna...
the most useless townspeople. Well, it's like, okay, geniuses, then don't build your fucking town out of wood.
They built it out of a good wood that's not very flammable. They coated it well, but unfortunately demon fire is kind of a special case.
Bjorg is going to at least make a cursory effort in his own unique way to comfort people, which I don't know how actually effective that would be coming from the midget muscle man.
Roll me that diplomacy check.
Alright.
Let's see if they run you off the spears.
Alright, let's see here. Diplomacy. Alright, Bjorg. Nice. Bjorg rolls a 16.
Alright, with a 16, Bjorg is actually able to soothe some people and comfort them and remind them that,
life's not over
Even if you're tiny.
In this world that they live in, there are monsters all over, and losing a town is hard, but they live in a good kingdom. They'll be taken care of, and eventually things will get better. The only thing you can't replace is a life. And you successfully remind them of that. And possibly your height. Possibly your height can't be replaced. You never know.
Yeah. He's trying not to think along those lines because he's a positive person.
There's a world It's a world full of monsters, and now you don't have any walls.
This is why Klaus is in the well.
Yes. Alright. So, time spent comforting, helping, doing what he can, because for some reason Mr. Chaotic Neutral is feeling a little guilty and honestly, and small.
Since our cleric is down, if there's any corpses of dead, Silas will say prayers over them.
Okay.
Stop molesting our dead!
No. I want to hear the prayers that Silas is saying over the dead. That was the okay.
Oh, you know how it's gonna be. It's like, Toreg, take this poor soul into your arms if they were a true believer. If not, cast them down into the fires where they may perhaps learn their lesson one day.
And just like that, my diplomacy check is undone.
Oh man. Tureg lost some followers just now. Just a few people who might have one day turned to him now never will.
Hey, that's how it is with us fringe sects, you know.
Yeah. All right. After an hour and a half, the flames have dissipated enough to where you can walk through.
I guess we're just taking for granted that I didn't do anything.
Oh, no. We are about to get to you. Klaus, what do you do? You are not tied off. You have an unconscious Fandango floating in the well with you.
Well, yeah, but as long as hours are passing, I should probably try and climb out of there. So, yeah, I'm gonna try and climb the rope.
Okay. Please give me a climb check.
Alright, Klaus rolls a 13.
Alright, Klaus can begin climbing up. That'll, we'll say, get you about halfway there.
Should I keep going?
Then it's up to you.
Oh, no, alright, it's still my turn is what I'm asking.
Oh, yeah, like, this is during the hour and a half where they've declared
right.
they are waiting for the town to burn down. So you pretty much have
All right.
freedom.
I'll roll a second climb check. Klaus rolls a 19.
Alright, Klaus successfully gets up to the top and sticks his head over the well. Roll me a constitution save.
Klaus rolls another 19.
Okay, you do not let go, as a sudden wave of heat and thick black smoke just chokes down your throat. You have visibility of 10 feet in front of you, and you are beginning to sweat already.
Alright. Fuck this. I'm sliding back down the rope.
Okay.
I'll wait till the town burns down.
Okay, are you swimming or are you tying off and floating?
I'm holding on.
Okay, roll me a constitution check.
Okay. Klaus rolled a 7.
Jesus.
Alright, after an hour of treading water constantly, you begin to lose your
Oh wait, I'm holding the rope.
You're holding the rope, but you didn't tie yourself off and float. So
Oh.
it's a combination of your grip is getting sore and your legs are getting tired, and you are beginning to slip down below the surface. You recognize that you might have like another few minutes left in you, but this is gonna run out real quick.
Alright, well, I'll tie off.
Roll me a sleight of hand. And take 5 off because now you're tired and wet.
Alright, -5. That's 26.
So Klaus rolls a 26. Okay, despite being tired, Klaus rolls a 26.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a 31.
Yeah, Klaus has well, you rolled an 18, you have a pretty good dex. So, Klaus ties himself off, floating, doesn't take any more checks, so you're okay there. And that will bring up the party, who is aware that the fire has died down and they can step through.
And you have one of the townspeople keep an eye on Kuthric. You know, if they'd be so kind. And I guess Bjorn, shall we go check to see if our friends has survived by the grace of Toreg or not?
Yes, we shall have to do that.
Can I head over to the?
All right,
Head
so
over
we'll
the
head
well.
over to the well.
All right.
And I guess peer down.
Yeah.
Are you still alive down there?
I am.
Oh, one of the two ain't bad. What happened? What happened to the bard?
He's iffy. I'm not sure. He's not very talkative.
I can't see over the edge. What's going on?
Roll me perception checks, the two of you. Not you, Bjork, because you aren't able to get your head over.
Silas crits it, but with his -2 gets an 18.
A natural 20 is a natural 20.
Yep.
So Silas can hear a faint snoring coming from the bard.
Grab the end of the rope, untie it, ask Bjorn to grab hold, and I guess we'll try yanking these guys out of there.
All right.
Both of you roll me strength checks. And
Alright.
Bjorg, you know yours is, you lost 2 off your score, right?
So,
Hold on. I want to ask them, is the air clear up there?
We're standing here, are we not?
If it wasn't, we wouldn't be talking to you.
Alright, well, if, I can try and climb back up the top and, so they only have to pull one guy out of the well.
Okay, give me a climb check.
Alright, Klaus rolls an 18.
Alright, that'll get you halfway up.
Klaus rolls a 14.
And that's you getting over the side. Klaus is out of the well, and you immediately notice that Bjorg is wearing clothing and armor that hangs off of him, dragging a weapon much too big, and is now, I believe Klaus is a halfling, isn't he?
No,
No,
Klaus
half elf.
is...
Half-elf. And now he is the shortest member of the party.
Something's different about you.
You just noticed.
I've been in a well.
He's dry, low heat.
I would think he would be better hydrated.
Alright. So, strength checks from everyone, and Bjorg, you know you lost 2 off your score, right?
Yes.
Silas
So-
rolls a 1.
Oh, Jesus.
Klaus rolls a
Alright.
14.
And Bjorg rolls a 9.
Oh,
Thief is putting us to shame here.
okay. So,
I'm a rogue.
Silas, looking at the way you guys are lined up, it's Silas, Bjorg, and Klaus. So, Silas gets a good grip on that rope, and he yanks with all his might, and it goes slipping through his fingers, causing him to stumble back, crashing into Bjorg, knocking his grip away, who then falls backward into Klaus and knocks his grip away. Klaus, because you had a better grip than everybody else, you can roll me a reflex to try and catch it.
Klaus rolls a 21.
Yeah, I had a feeling Klaus would be okay with that. Rogues usually have good reflexes. Alright, Klaus saves the day by losing the rope and then leaping forward and grabbing back onto it before it can too much can fall down the well.
Klaus saves the day again.
Yeah.
You're
Klaus
welcome.
is braced against the well with his feet. Just kind of, I guess, probably staring daggers at you assholes.
Sorry.
You two fools.
Let's try this again.
Don't,
Yes,
don't you
second
know
attempt.
there's...
Grab hold of Klaus and start yanking him back.
Everybody give me strength checks.
Oh boy.
You?
Silas gets a 12.
Klaus gets a
Oh.
13.
Bjorg rolls a 19.
Okay, now with that, the three of you finally get your shit together and manage to haul the unconscious body of Fandango the Fantastical out of the well. He falls to the ground in a soggy humph and continues snoring.
I imagine he's probably slept through worse.
He was helping himself with that ale pretty freely earlier on.
Perhaps if we drained the well.
Silas is going to drag Fandingo over to Kuthric, so at least they're together.
Roll me a perception.
Silas gets a 9.
Okay, you don't notice anything.
Just drag him back to where Kuthric is. So at least we don't have to go very far. We want to take stock of our downed comrades.
What we need is a long ladder.
And a diving bell.
Hey, I mean, that potion's blue. Maybe it gives you water breathing, Kutheric. So what do you guys want to do?
What's the state of the town? I mean, other than ash, what's going on around us? Presumably, we weren't the only ones poking around.
The townsfolk have wandered back in. They're looking at their broken lives, their dead dreams, just decades of work gone in smoke.
Well, after Silas tosses those two together, he'll come back in. and I think this is probably a good time to conduct an investigation. So he will
An investigation.
So he will shout out in the middle of the crowd, "Which of you has consorted with devils?"
Oh no.
I may go back to the well.
Hey, I never claimed to be the Dark Knight.
Alright, as Silas starts to, go on his tear, everyone from where they're standing can roll me perception checks.
Silas rolls another 9.
Klaus rolls a 15.
Bjorg rolls a 15.
Okay. Bjorg and Klaus both notice the corpse of the demon doll laying a few feet away where it was felled, and they can both give me intelligence checks. And you can actually have a circumstantial +5 to this.
Alright, well, Klaus gets a 23 then.
12. Bjorg rolls a 12.
Bjorg rolls
+5.
12. +5, 17. Okay, now that it's lying dead and not walking around casting spells, you can both recognize it for what it is, which was the same doll that a child was playing with earlier when you first arrived.
That's disturbing.
That's disturbing.
Klaus thinks it would be entertaining to give this information to Silas.
What is wrong with you?
Hey, let me know if you do.
Silas, I have some information Torek might find interesting. That little demon doll, I saw some kid playing with it earlier, before all this shit went down.
Alright.
Silas, you can have a religion check.
Okay.
Since you are a paladin.
Oh, goddamn. Silas gets a 6.
Silas thinks that's pretty fucked up!
Bring me the child!
Is there any popcorn nearby?
I mean, there might have been
Hear
some
me,
corn.
Hear me, good people. There is a possessed child amongst you. We must
wait a second.
exorcise her.
I don't think that's not exactly what he said.
The crowd shrinks back in fear and begins looking at one another, terrified.
Do I recognize the kid, the child?
You do not see the child anywhere,
Ooh, intriguing.
but you can have another intelligence check.
Okay.
Is that both of us or just Klaus?
Just Klaus, since he's the only one who looked for the kid.
Alright, Klaus rolls an 18.
That doll did have blood on it before you all ever fought it.
And there are no bleeding children around.
There are no bleeding children, and you definitely don't see the one who was playing with the doll.
Right. Was she near anyone else? Was she playing with other kids?
And she was all by herself.
Alright, I'll relay my observations to the others. I don't see that kid anywhere. And that doll was covered in blood before any of this happened.
So perhaps the possessed child escaped and
Perhaps.
murdered someone.
Perhaps the child was never actually possessed.
Nonsense.
I mean, the doll was kind of doing its own thing. The doll could have just killed the kid, maybe.
And you all see one of the townspeople kind of start forward. That doll was brought by one of the traders from Caldern, the seafaring city.
Which traitor?
Was it Gilda?
Geldif. And he
Gildif.
No, Geldif is in Tresmere, the elven city
right.
to the west. It was just one of the traders. He said he found it while scavenging.
Scavenging where?
The shoreline.
Oh, fuck.
Well, does anyone know what happened to that child?
I think we can make some guesses.
The townswoman looks around. No, but so many of us are missing.
I say we should find this traitor before he spreads more evil.
Where did he go?
He was on the Kingdom Road. He headed back to Caldern.
Which direction is Caldron in?
Caldern is the seafaring city to the east.
What happened
Which
to
one?
What happened to those 2 town guards, by the way? Who were in their tin canny armor.
You see some melted shapes of metal, but that could be anything.
Oh, goody.
Well, that answers that question.
Well, we have some options. Do we go after the trader? Do we go to the magical springs?
I'll certainly be more useful if I can be taller again.
Do we know the trader's name? Does anyone know the trader's name? I asked the people.
Just a simple trader. Gem.
Jim, alright.
Gem.
No, Gel.
Wonderful. Gem.
Where were we?
We were pretty much
deciding we're gonna rest.
That's right, you guys wanted to rest. Well, okay, if everyone wants to rest, do you have bedrolls?
Yes, I believe Bjorgen and Kutharik had them in their gear.
Yeah, mine, I do as well. I got the kit, the rogue's kit.
Yeah, unfortunately, Silas knocked himself out. Nobody bothered to grab his stuff, so.
I forgot about that.
Silas isn't too worried about the bedroll, but his holy tome of Torag, which he read from aloud every night, is now burnt to ash.
Yep. Silas, you have your money, your armor, and your weaponry. Also, if you have any ammunition, that's with you too. The rest is gone.
Offered up.
Offered up to Torag.
Actually, I have a decent amount of cash left because I really didn't buy too much.
That was a good call. That was a good call.
Uh,
All right. Everyone with a bedroll can camp out and get full rest. Silas, roll me an intelligence check.
Oh, wow. Silas rolls a 15.
You know, Fandango does have a bedroll, but he seems to be sleeping pretty well as is.
Sure, Silas is more than happy to borrow it. In its place, in case Fandango wakes up, he'll leave, he'll borrow the bedroll and leave his holy symbol of Toreg atop the bard. Sounds like a fair trade.
wow.
Okay, do you guys cluster up
do I-
for the night?
Do I see the barkeep in the crowd?
Oh, crap.
No, you do not.
Oh, well, just in case he's there, I'm gonna munch down one of those pies I took.
Just staring at the crowd of hungry, ass-covered citizens eating the shit out of a stolen pie.
Oh
Is that
my
stolen?
god.
You did steal pies. You stole 2 pies.
It's not stealing if the place is burning down. Yeah, I was just putting it in
I'm
a
pretty
good
sure
use.
it's still stealing.
Yeah. It's salvaging. It's resource
Exactly.
allocation. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You're all out of the town. Do you I guess cluster up and nap?
Silas will say several long and obnoxious prayers before dozing off.
Okay.
I will take first watch.
I will remove a pie from my inventory.
You're down 1 pie.
Yeah.
All right. Is anyone of a race that requires less than 8 hours of sleep?
No, I'm human, so.
Okay.
I need.
All right. Everyone goes to sleep. Or they watch in shifts. Nothing really happens. There's a giant fire and a shitload of townsfolk. Most monsters aren't really the kind to go into those kind of odds. So the night passes, and you all wake up well past dawn since you had the interruption in your sleep. But it's a new day. The wind is picking up a lot of the ash of the city, just kind of blowing it. There are people rooting around, seeing what tiny scraps of their lives they can salvage. And it's a new day.
What do we get back? 1 hit point?
Because I'm nice, I will actually say you get 1 hit point per level, plus your constitution modifier. So if you have a plus 1, you would get 2 back. If you have a plus...
That's a +0, so.
Yeah. Whew, Hallie with a +0 con. You are living dangerous.
Once again, I'm a distance paladin.
Yeah.
Everything is charisma and dexterity. It's a completely different build.
It is. This is interesting.
Otherwise, I'd pretty much have the same stats as Bjorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except not tiny.
You gotta watch your drink there, buddy.
Actually, that reminds me. Bjorn, regardless of your Constitution modifier,
Yes.
what's your Constitution modifier?
My Constitution modifier is +3.
+3. Okay, so that would give you 4 back. You actually get 5 back.
Okay, so let's see here.
You get twice your level.
Okay, wow.
It's almost like your body is magically a lot able to heal this small thing. Like you still have your full Constitution condensed down into a smaller form.
I suppose there are benefits to my current position.
Is Kutharik awake at all?
We will say Kutharik is awake, but very lackadaisical and dazed.
Oh, okay.
Fandango is still asleep.
I suppose he needs to sleep off all the ale.
Indeed. And now, with no town in front of you, it's probably wise to hit the road again at some point soon.
Alright, well, who wants to carry the bar?
We will say that Kutharik is able to shake Fandango awake, although Fandango is also very groggy and hungover.
Okay.
Okay.
They will be very susceptible to attack, but not so much of a burden that you actually have to.
So the question is, do we go to the healing waters or do we go after the trader?
How long? Do we know how long ago the trader left?
You do not. No one asked her that.
Is she still around?
You can go search the empty town for her.
Well, or we could just not waste any more time and start chasing after him. How far away is the seafaring city?
The seafaring city is at least 4 days' ride.
We have no horses.
Nobody has horses now.
And it's only 1 day north to get to that river, right?
Yeah, the river northeast is 1 day's journey by foot.
All right, well that's something more reasonable.
And the city to the west would be about 3.5 days' ride.
Okay.
As much as Silas wants to go chase after the evil, even he has to admit that it's a daunting task. For evil blends in everywhere, perhaps even amongst us.
You guys actually all roll me intelligence checks. You all have the opportunity to remember this.
Klaus rolls a 19. Klaus is rocking it today.
Silas rolls a 4. Silas doesn't even remember his name.
Bjorg rolls a 13.
Okay. Bjorg and Silas, or Bjorg and Klaus, excuse me, not fucking Silas, both remember that when you were coming into town, the guards there were checking to make sure you weren't carrying any recently found items, because a lot of crazy shit had been washing up in Caldern, stuff that people had no idea what it was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And Klaus, with his 19, can remember that this was a very, it was such a big deal that they were now not even allowing traders in, which gives you some idea of a time frame.
Before we showed up.
Well before you showed up.
All right,
least
so
a day
yeah.
or so.
So we're not gonna. If this guy's probably back in his town by now. We're not gonna catch him on the road.
All right, then I suppose our best bet is to get to the shrine and then to get to the waters and then maybe pick up the trail.
Yeah, that sounds good. I got another pie. Have a nice little picnic by the lake.
Hunt him down and gut him for this.
Yes!
Wait, Bjorg. The trader you want is in Trismere.
Yeah, but he was talking about going to the water to try and get himself fixed there. Then he'll worry about that.
Okay. I wanted to make sure. Jelm is the trader from Caldern.
Yeah, he's talking about gutting that guy because as far as he's concerned, that guy's the reason for the doll and the devils and ultimately him being small.
Gotcha.
So, to the waters?
To the waters.
Yes. This water which is supposed to remove curses. Let us indeed see how holy it is.
Start trudging off in that direction, I guess.
I bet we could get there from the well.
No!
I say we build the litter anyway and tie the thief to it.
I'm a rogue.
Well, I mean, all you've really done is steal pie so far. Okay, you all begin traveling northeast. You have now left the roads, which means I have to have survival checks from everyone to see if you know where northeast is.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Alright.
Get use out of those skills.
Klaus rolls a 2.
Silas.
Bjork rolls a 16.
Okay, well, seeing as Silas Kane natural 20'd the survival check, of all people, the paladin is just taking charge and like, no, it's exactly this way.
He holds onto his holy symbol and just points with his eyes closed. Toreg would just go that way.
He's just walking blind, holy symbol out, and the amazing thing is, Bjorg, you know enough to know, he is dead fucking right. Like, every time you're like, no, this is crazy, it's gotta be, holy shit.
I'm not so sure about this, guys.
I'm
I
not
think
going
that's
to argue
south.
with this one. Yeah, well, you jumped down a well and nearly drowned yourself twice, so your opinions aren't exactly valuable.
I'm
Says,
just saying.
says the tiny muscular barbarian.
Come, friends. We have all survived the wickedness. The townsfolk, Toreg has judged them unworthy. They'll all be dead by winter for their own sins.
Silas telling you how he really feels. Oh man, that's pretty good.
This is fire and brimstone shit here.
I mean, it is technically fire and brimstone. He's not wrong.
The fact that I am the voice of reason here is fucking depressing.
Yeah. Does not bode well for you or the kingdom. As you're making your way northeast, it does begin to get a little more swampy, more damp, a lot like you would expect it to get as you're going to get closer and closer to a water source.
Okay.
And in fact, at one point, the land gets so soggy that you realize you've walked up to a swamp. Cool.
Wonderful.
And of course, to go northeast, you will have to continue northeast through the boggy bay. Roll me initiatives.
Oh, alright. Klaus natural ones it.
Silas gets a 16.
Bjorg rolls an 11.
If there's ever a time for a natural 1, initiative's okay.
Initiative's the best place you can possibly roll a natural one.
Unless it's a surprise round.
Okay, Silas, you can make the first set of movements. Okay, so Silas, you get to there, so we'll skim through that. But Silas, as soon as you get to here, as soon as you step into the muddy waters, a thick slurping surrounds you as you sink down to your knee in thick, damp mud. And I need you to roll me a strength check to actually be able to pull your leg out of there. See, Klaus, sometimes natural ones aren't bad.
Silas gets a 20.
And you get the leg out, and because you are adjacent to a landmass, you can jam it onto there and kind of just hop your way across.
Okay.
Alright, but the bad news is that took the rest of your movement, but since you're not attacking, you can always take 2 movement actions.
No, I don't want to get too far from the party. So, and Silas will yell back a warning. It's like, beware, the muck is thick here, thick with sin.
Bjorg, it is your turn. And by the way, I know you have the special movement for being a barbarian, the extra 10 feet. Because you are moving in clothes that don't fit you and have lost a size, you have lost that.
Okay, gotcha. Bjorg is going to move to about here. Can I jump the water?
You can roll it.
Yep. All right. So is that a strength check or what do you want me to roll?
That, I believe, is just an acrobatics.
All right. So...
But you are going to take a -2 penalty because you're trying to wear clothes that don't fit.
Oh yeah, it's at a -4. All right. Bjorg rolls a 14 somehow.
A 14 is enough to jump 5 feet. You successfully jump and land on the other side of the bank.
All right.
Klaus, you are up.
Alright, Klaus just wants to go to the edge of the little river thing and end his turn there and see what the other guys do next.
Okay.
Didn't he have like aquaphobia now or something?
Yeah, you are feeling a little bit skittish. They're all it's very like sheeny. Like I don't know if you guys have ever been in a swamp. I'm from Texas. Everybody has, but
Yeah.
it's not like a deep swamp. It's more like a muck almost. Like it looks like ditches. You're not that close to the water yet.
Gotcha.
I would like to listen as well.
Roll me a perception check.
Class rolls a 2.
You hear the sound of your own fear welling up inside you.
That's loud. I still think we're going south.
All right, Silas, what would you like to do?
All right, so I go to the edge of this landmass.
You're gonna go to the edge of your current landmass.
Yeah.
And then. Okay.
And then.
So if you cross the river physically again, I need another strength check.
7.
This time you fail to get your foot out. It gets in and you try and jerk and it holds tight and your other foot goes and now you are sunk in up to your thighs in the thick river mud or the swamp mud. You still have a turn left. You can spend that trying to pull yourself out.
Yeah, I will definitely do. I assume another strength check.
Another strength check. Now it's going to be much harder because you've got both legs in.
Silas rolls a 15.
A 15, actually, because you are directly adjacent to another landmass, you are going to be able to pull one of your legs out and hook it onto there.
Okay.
But you still have one stuck in. And I need a fortitude check. I'm sorry, I need a will save.
Silas gets a 15.
Okay, Silas is doing okay. He's noticing the fog of the swamp just seems a little extra thick and oh man, and he's starting to get a little bit tired, but he's okay. So, Bjorg, it is your turn.
All right. Bjorg's going to follow more or less the same course. He's going to move to the edge of the landmass again.
Okay.
And going to try another jump.
You know, seeing as Silas is basically stuck in the mud and with a foot hooked on the other mast, you could theoretically use him as a hopping stone.
You know what? Sure, yeah. What?
I'm just throwing it out there.
Hey, no, he's chaotic neutral, man.
That's an acrobatics check with a reduced DC.
Okay, so let's see here. Same penalty as always. All right, he's gonna use Paladin as a hopping stone and rolling it, and Bjorg rolls a 4.
Ooh, Bjorg tries to hop off the Paladin, but slips on the shiny armor and goes tumbling into the muck. Just whole body into there, and it as soon as you hit and you have to try and push yourself up, it's got your legs and both your arms. You can roll a strength check to try and pull out at least your arms and get your face out of the water.
Bjorg, strength check, rolls an 18.
Okay, you pull your arms up and you're above the water now, but your legs are dug in at least to your knees, and I need a will save from you.
Alright. This should be laughable. Bjorg rolls a 14.
Okay. Bjorg is alright. He's also getting a little tired from all the struggle and all this swamp fog is kind of nice and relaxing, but he's okay. He's doing okay.
Crap.
Klaus.
Are there trees in the swamp?
There are no trees.
Okay.
It is,
all right, well,
it is just as you see it, just dense, thick marshland.
All right, I'm gonna attempt to acrobatics over the little river.
Roll me an acrobatics check.
Klaus rolls a 30.
Oh, Klaus he leaps over that shit, no problem.
All right, so I still have movement.
You do still have some movement left. That only really burns one turn.
All right, well I'll move up to the edge and ask those guys, would you like a rope or something?
That would be helpful.
Oh wait, no, so I think my rope's at the bottom of the well.
It is.
Oops.
You want a rope? Yes. Too bad.
Tough shit. You got Klaused, motherfucker.
Man, they're struggle is making me hungry. I'm gonna eat my other pie.
As you're eating your pie, roll me a will save. So as you guys are stuck in this thick goop, trying to free yourselves, Klaus leaps over easily, offers you a rope, and then pulls a pie out of his backpack and just begins to munch.
Alright, Klaus rolls a 13.
Klaus is feeling good, feeling relaxed, but he's okay.
Arse.
Silas, you got one leg in the goo, one leg on the land. Give me a strength
Toreg.
check to try and pull it out.
Toreg, free your servant, unless thy will is for me to drown in the muck of my own unworthiness.
I don't like that line of thinking.
Silas rolls a 16.
Alright. And Silas manages to stumble his way up onto the next landmass.
I'll look for a branch or something I can hold out to Bjorn.
There's nothing. There's
trees.
swamp grass.
I would offer a rope, but my shit all got burnt to hell.
Look, I'm sorry about that, alright?
Does anyone have a weapon they might be able to use, or?
I have my greatsword.
I can shoot a bow at him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't have a weapon. Yeah. I don't know. Great sword wouldn't really work. I thought you had an axe.
No,
No.
greatsword.
Greatsword.
I need to replace that avatar, the one I gave.
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Then, Silas, what do you want to do with the rest of your movement?
Well, I mean, I don't know how far away Bjorn is. I mean, if he's only 5 feet out, he'll try to reach a hand out for him.
Okay. All right. You can reach a hand out. That is nice of you. Roll me a will save.
Another 16.
Still going strong. Bjorg, you have your arms out. Klaus is eating a pie watching you, lackadaisically. And Silas is reaching out. You can take his hand, and the two of you can try and pull you out of the muck.
Alright, he's gonna go with that. Gonna do with the hand taking thing.
Okay.
So,
Both
Just
Silas and Bjorg need to roll me strength checks.
alright. Bjorg rolls a 9.
Silas rolls a 9.
Well, no one goes careening into the muck, but neither of you are strong enough to fully free Bjorg from the grip.
Damn it!
Oh, you're really stuck in there.
Bjorg, roll me a will save.
What happens when your legs are small?
Actually, you know what? I forgot about that. And to be
crap.
fair, as a little guy, you weigh a lot less, so it's easier for Silas to yank you free.
Okay.
So actually, yes, Silas can, because you are a small creature, he can yank you out of there pretty easily.
Okay, but still the will save?
Yes, still the will save.
Okay.
But you are now
Alright.
on the landmass next to Silas.
Alright, check. And Bjorg, for his will save, rolls a 15.
If I'm going to give you the negatives being small, I have to give you the positives too.
Sure.
Klaus, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm going to try to jump on the bank opposite where I am, but also opposite where they are.
Here?
You see? Yes,
So you're going to try and jump to the northwest landmass.
that's what I'm doing, yes.
Roll me an acrobatics check.
Klaus rolls a 20.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, you are easily good to clear that. No problem. You land on the other landmass. You don't even drop your pie.
Okay.
Dude
Awesome.
can't swim for shit, but he is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, and how much more movement do I have?
We'll say you still have another 30 feet to go. We'll say that was
I'm not
one action, and then you have another since you're not attacking anything.
I'm not going to use it all. I'm just going to move up, was that 10 feet north? I want to keep these guys pretty close.
Okay. So you're just going on a different landmass than that.
Right.
Alright, Silas. Oh, sorry, Klaus. Give me a will save.
Okay. Klaus rolls a 9.
Well, Klaus is, beginning to feel really chill in here. What's the hurry? I mean, you still want to keep up with your friends, but you just don't feel quite as much urgency to get out of this swamp as before. Kinda
this
nice.
place sounds- Yeah.
Kind of chill. You feel relaxed, man. When was the last time you felt relaxed in this world of monsters and
Oh my God.
firemen? Alright, Silas, it is your turn.
Some fucking good pie.
So Silas is gonna go northeast?
Yep, that's the direction we're heading in. Yes, he goes northeast.
Okay. Silas goes northeast, and you've got about 10, 15 feet of river in between you and the next landmass that you need to hit.
Yeah.
You can try and go for a jump, or you can try to ford your way across.
There's no way he's going to be able to jump that. Actually, wait, I have a pretty high dexterity. What is that, acrobatics?
That is acrobatics.
I'm going to save that for next turn. He'll go up to the edge.
Okay.
And he's going to wait for the rest to catch up.
All right, roll me a will save.
Silas gets a 19.
All right, Silas is still good to go.
The wickedness of this place.
If anybody could have used a fail on this, it was Silas. Jesus. Bjorg. Sorry, Mini Bjorg.
Bjorg's gonna head mostly right around to where Silas is.
Okay. You got about 15 feet, man. You can either jump it or ford it. It's up to you.
Oh God. Let's see. Fording it is basically just strength checks.
Just strength checks through.
All right, he's gonna try to ford this one.
All right.
So, how many? He's 5 feet, then a strength check. 5 feet, then a strength check. That kind of thing.
It's basically going to be every step is going to be a strength check.
Oh, okay. All right. So taking that first 5-foot step.
All right. So you put one leg in, and then as you try and swing your other leg around, it sinks in. You have to try and pull your leg free. So roll me a strength check.
And 17.
Okay. You are able to get it out, and you get your right leg a step forward. And as you are setting your right leg in, you realize that your left leg, because you had to put so much pressure on it to yank your right leg free, has sunk down much deeper than it would have than your right leg had.
Shit.
And you realize that doing it this way is going to make it very, very difficult to get through.
Okay.
But, I mean, you're already in, so you're going to have to make the strength check to get your left leg out one way or the other.
All right. Bjork rolls a 5.
All right, Bjorg he's trying to pull his left leg out, which means he sinks his right leg in deep, and he rams it, tries to lift, but unfortunately he doesn't get the right angle, and all he does is succeed in doing is jamming his right leg in as deep as his left leg is, without using any of the leverage. So now you are up to your waist in the muck.
Damn it! Fucking mud!
Roll me a will save.
Far out, man.
It's not the place to chill, Bjork. Don't listen to what the mushrooms say. Bjork rolls a 12.
You're okay. You're still okay. All right, Klaus, you are relaxed, but you still have agency. You still know you need to cross. It doesn't seem like super important, but you know you need to get it done.
I'm gonna go around northward along this little river I'm at.
Okay.
My plan is, I'll look to head a ways to try and get a better idea of the layout of the land, so I wouldn't have to cross giant patches of mud. All right, so I'm gonna move 30. Is that what I can do?
Yes.
I'm gonna move a little faster since I'm already parting ways with these guys anyway. I'm gonna try and work my way around. I'll try to leap the little stream to the northeast.
Okay. Roll me an acrobatics check.
Klaus rolls a 17.
That will do it.
Okay.
All right, then roll me a will save.
Uh-oh. Klaus rolls a 12.
All right, you don't get any more relaxed. You're pretty chill, but you're still okay. All right,
Okay.
Silas, you just watched Bjorg almost bury himself in mud.
Before that, he'll turn to Klaus. Do not wander too far ahead, thief. I have not saved your soul yet.
I'm a rogue.
Yeah, Klaus is just leaping through this shit like it's nothing.
Well, if Bjorn is close enough, I'll reach a hand out to him again.
He's 5 feet. He didn't really get that far.
No.
Come on, little fella.
Dual strength checks.
Alright.
Silas gets a 20.
Whew.
Yank that mother right out of there.
Yeah, Bjorg is he's strong enough to hold on as you and you rip him out of that mud and set him down on the ground. All right, Silas, you got one action left.
Mud!
Guess I could try to jump this.
We just saw how trying to ford it worked.
Yep. So Silas will try to jump it.
All right, 15 feet you got to clear.
Silas rolls a 13.
A 13 will get you 10 feet. So Silas takes a few steps back, takes a running leap, and just like is swinging through the air, like feet flying, but he comes up short and slams into the mud with a splash. And here's where the downside to that comes into play, because you are quite heavy, and you landed with a lot of force, a lot more than just a step. You are now sunk up to your chest in the mud.
These bitches be crazy.
Roll me a will save, Silas Kane.
13. Silas rolls.
You are appropriately panicked for this situation. You are not relaxing. Alright, Bjorg.
Okay. Bjorg is going to try and do more or less the same thing that Silas did. He's going to haul back and
That worked out so well for him.
yeah, well, fording it didn't work great either, so at least this way I could get some air before I hit the water.
Yep. Maybe we should have got a little north where it's only about 10 feet wide.
Cuz had the smart idea.
You know what? I'm gonna head north up to this north edge here and try to jump over the stream, which is only a 5-foot.
Roll me an acrobatics check.
All right, let's get the sucker done. Here we go. For the lulls. And Bjorg rolls a 5.
Yeah, that's all it takes to jump 5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, acrobatics have very straightforward DCs. So, Silas, you see Bjorg, who you've hauled out of the mud twice, watch you sink up to your chest, look at you, and be like, you're on your own, buddy! And he runs north and hops over a different part of the stream.
Can I call back? I will come around to you.
Silas just mutters himself. The life on the path is a lonely one.
Bjorg, roll me a will save.
And
There goes the miracle.
Ooh. And suddenly, as you land, you're like, whoa, why was I so worried about that jump? I could have made the jump. This is no big deal. Like, why am I even worried about the size? I'll be fine. A little. It's easier to get inside people and fight. Yeah. And, you are a lot more relaxed now. I mean, you still know what you need to do, but it's not nearly as imperative as it was.
Flumps are nice.
Klaus, your turn.
Alright. I walk past and high five Bjorg. What's up, bro?
What's up?
And I'm gonna walk east to the narrowest point of this waterway here, this river. That's gonna be a 10-foot jump?
10-foot jump.
Okay, well, here goes.
Okay.
28.
28, you easily clear that shit.
Sweet!
You get over no problem, and roll me a will save.
Klaus rolls a 6.
Klaus, your speed is halved, as now you can only amble about in this swamp. You are no longer capable of moving quickly, and you're starting to forget why you wanted to leave.
I don't want to go anywhere, man.
You still know you should, but you just don't exactly remember why.
Ah, alright.
It's that sense of, oh man, I forgot to turn off the oven or something. Silas, you are buried to your chest, but you are near enough that you can grab the ground and try and pull yourself to freedom.
Okay, that's what I will do. I assume it's a strength check.
It is definitely a strength check. May Torak be with you.
He hasn't been with the entire night. Why would now be a start?
Oh,
And of course not. So 4.
So Silas, what happens is you reach up, you grab, and you pull, and you like manage to get yourself like several inches out, and then the grass just gives way beneath your hand, and that extra suction you had built up goes, and now you are slurped down to the neck with your arms extended in the air. You can smell the mud as it bubbles beneath you. Roll me a will save.
Klaus thinks he's waving, so I wave back. What's up, bro?
Silas gets a 2.
And Silas is like, you know what? This It's actually kind of comfy if you think about it. It's like I'm on a cloud. I mean, I should probably get out of here, but it's not that big a deal.
It's cool, Toreg. I can dig this.
I'm getting filthy. It's nice.
I deserve this.
It's like a mud bath. It's refreshing.
The happiest, sickest.
All right, Bjorg.
Bjorg is going to head over to the spot where Klaus jumped across, and then he's going to attempt to make another leap of his own. But he's very happy about it. Nice. All right, so acrobatics. I'm assuming.
Yes.
All right, let's. Bjorg rolls a 1.
Not natural, though.
Not natural.
Not natural. Bjorn just walks up and he's like, I'm gonna jump, and he just walks. He just walks into the water. So give me a strength check to try and forge your way across.
There we go. Okay. I don't know why I bothered to do anything else. Alright. Bjorg rolls a 7.
That does not get you out. You are sunk up past your knees now.
Damn it.
Roll me a will save.
Alright. Bjorg rolls a 4.
Your movement speed is also halved, as you are now no longer able to walk with any purpose.
Yeah, my knees are comfy.
Klaus, you can see Bjorg is stuck in there. He's you still got enough coherency to know he'd probably rather not be.
That's hilarious, man. Oh man, I don't know. I can't reach him from my side of the bank. Correct.
Do you have anything to extend your reach? Do you have a pole? Do you have a weapon? Do you have a?
My only weapons are a sword, and we don't want to grab the blade.
I mean, your sword is in a sheath.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You guys don't carry live blades around all the time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll take off my sheath and extend that to him.
Okay. Bjorn, you can grab the sheath. Klaus and Bjorg, I need you both to make strength checks.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna hold it by my crotch and giggle when he grabs it.
Alright, Bjorg rolls a 10 strength check.
Klaus rolls a 9.
You're lucky you have that lowered DC because of your size, man. That saved you twice now. Alright, you are able to pull Bjorg out and skim him across the top of the water, bringing him to your side. Your sheath gets some mud on it, too. And Klaus, roll me another will save.
Alright.
Sheep.
Klaus rolls a 14.
Alright, you stay exactly as you are mentally. Silas!
Wicked.
You can try and grab the bank and make another pull.
Here we go. Silas rolls a 7.
Oh, God. Alright, Silas grabs the bank again, and again pulls himself out, and again the grass gives way, and he sinks in deeper. Silas, give me a reflex save.
19.
You are able to take a breath of air just before your head plunges into the mud.
Thank you, Toreg!
Your arms are still up because they were extended. So we'll say everything from your elbow upward is still visible, but you are under the mud and holding your breath now.
Toreg!
And roll me a will save.
Silas gets an 11.
Okay, that was a good time not to fail a will save. Bjorg, you just watch Silas go under.
I think Bjorg is in a sufficient state of mind that
he knows that Silas probably can't breathe.
Yeah, he's gonna see how far down I can get.
Remember, your speed is halved.
Yeah, so that's it's about 10 feet, 15 feet.
15 feet.
15 feet. Okay, so Bjorg is gonna head
so
down.
You could get there and make a jump.
Yeah, you're gonna get here and make a jump. So acrobatics check. It should be Entertaining. All right, Bjorg gets to the edge and goes,
I'm coming, my friend.
and roll.
Join me on the quarter is what you are.
And you Alright, hang on. Bjorg
Rolls a
Bjorg rolls a -1. Not
-1.
natural.
I don't think that's possible naturally.
And again, you think you're pushing off with all your might, and you just casually walk right into the mud. Just, man, this is the biggest jump I'm making. Oh, yeah. Give me a strength check. This is a pretty narrow little region, so it's not going to be too hard to bust through.
Alright.
You did try to ford at least a very narrow part of the river.
Take a leaf out of class's book and say something about
Secrets.
The mud has many secrets.
Let's see here. Bjorg rolls a 15.
Bjorg successfully crosses the stream.
I'm coming, buddy.
But Bjorg has
Slowly.
to roll me a will save.
And Bjorg rolls a 12.
Alright, Bjorg is okay. That was also one that Silas didn't want failed.
I'm gonna keep going.
Klaus, you've still got a general sense of what's going on. You feel like Silas probably can't breathe. You remember what that was like. You didn't like it.
Yeah, that's Klaus giggles. I'm gonna make the paladin and grab my dick. I'm gonna jump over the stream with my sheaf in hand.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so I'm just looking to not roll a natural 1, and I'll be okay.
Yeah, 5-foot stream's pretty easy.
21.
You easily clear that shit.
Alright, and since I'm not taking an action, I can get all the way over to Silas.
Yeah, that's 15 feet. You can do that.
Hey, man.
His head is underwater. He is under the mud. He can't hear shit.
Alright, well, I'm gonna waggle my sheath into his hand.
Okay, good call. Silas, you are under the mud, and as such, the only thing that you can really feel are your hands, and you do feel something hard suddenly stick into your left hand. If you choose to grip it.
Roll the grip.
Sure, why not?
Okay, you and Klaus can both give me strength checks.
Silas gets an 8.
Silas's isn't as hard as Klaus's. You just have to hold on.
Klaus gets an 18.
Holy shit! Okay, Silas is able to keep a grip on the sheath as Klaus begins dragging it backwards and successfully pulls Silas's head and a few inches of torso above the mud. You are still very much stuck in there, but you can breathe.
I'm breathing hard.
Yeah, also Silas roll me a will save. Actually, Klaus too. You didn't roll one on that last round.
Silas gets a 19.
Silas is good.
Klaus gets a 15.
Klaus is good.
Bjorg rolls.
Well, it's Bjorg's turn.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm sorry. It's Silas's turn.
That was
No, wait. That was Silas's turn just now.
Yeah.
Okay, Bjorg, it's your turn.
So, will save, or do I get attacked first?
End of your turn.
Okay, gotcha. So Silas is out.
Silas is his head and a few inches of torso are above. If you
Alright.
want to help, the best method is probably to grab Klaus and pull him.
Alright, Bjorg is gonna come over here and grab Klaus and also pull.
Okay, Silas and Bjorg both give me strength checks. Klaus really doesn't have to do much of this.
I'm just making orgasm noises.
Bjorg rolls a 4.
Bjorg rolls a
Which is a
natural
natural 1.
Silas gets an 18.
Alright, well, that was a good time for you to roll a natural 1, because you had very little to do with this situation. Silas keeps his grip, and Bjorg tries to grab Klaus, and slips and throws himself back into the ground, taking 1 point of damage.
Ow!
And roll me a will save.
Alright. And Bjorg rolls a 14.
Bjorg is good. Klaus, give me a strength check.
Okay. Klaus rolls a 19.
Holy shit! Okay, with a 19, Silas gripping, Klaus pulling, and a little leverage, you successfully yank Silas out of the mud and onto the ground. Good God. Okay.
Every session, one of us almost drowns.
Yeah, it's weird, and I wasn't planning on it. But with Silas across, you have successfully forded the last big part of the swamp, and can all make as much haste as possible to evacuate. And we will pick up the journey and see what comes after the swamp in next week's game. So thank you all for joining us, and hopefully we'll be back to full cast next week. So see you guys then.
See you later.
Thanks, man.
Good night.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Authors and Dragons is brought to you under a Creative Commons license, meaning you are free to share this material so long as credit is given to the original creators, which is us, the people who are playing it. The opening music, Take a Chance, and closing theme, Master of the Feast, are both credited to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com and also used under a Creative Commons license.